Hello, Kaiser Food Products. We are Group 3 consulting team. We know the successful history you've had in the baby food industry, but without adapting to changing market conditions, that success is slowly fading away. We are here to help you, and after weeks of researching your company and the market, we know how to help.
Your employees right now are suffering from a lack of motivation and have communication issues. While you can blame them for this, the true fault comes from the top. Your sales team is who brings in revenue, and without them being properly motivated and communicating among one another, your revenue will continue to drop.
Part of the problem right now at Kaiser is you are not properly realizing the value of your sales team. Offering them $500 for a new idea that could generate tens of thousands in revenue makes your employees think that their reward doesn't match the value of their contribution. Naturally, when your employees feel that their contributions aren't valued, they keep those contributions to themselves instead of spreading that benefit to the rest of your company. The ideas will simply stop coming without a change in incentive. Now let's take a look at the result of your current incentive plan.
Hello Kaiser, my name is Cole, and I'm reporting from an undisclosed Kaiser location. We caught some startling information on a secret break room microphone. Take a look at this audio.
So I was thinking about how we could increase our sales, and I figured that we could make this company a ton of money.
Honestly, what's the point though? Like, you could put in all that work and they give you like maximum $500.
You're right. There's actually no point.
This company.
As you can see, current employee incentives aren't cutting it and are actually ruining morale. Back to you guys.
The change that needs to be seen here is a reward that scales with the value realized from the employee's idea. Either way, the revenue from employee innovation will not be generated without the employee, so why not give them a fair amount? This will motivate others to continue to innovate, which in the long run will create far more value for you than giving employees only $500 and keeping the difference.
Our solution is to reward employees for their new ideas with 10% of the revenue generated by that idea. We understand your immediate concern is committing to an indefinite amount of employee bonus, and our compromise is to limit the bonus to the corresponding revenue generated within the period of a year. This way, the employee has a value-based incentive to generate better ideas and can see that the more money their idea makes for you, the more it makes for them. To further address the trend of unmotivated employees, let's take a look at Kaiser's most profitable division, the Florida team. The key difference between Florida and other regions is that the regional manager, Jay, doesn't consume salesmen's time with redundant meetings and micromanaging where and how they sell.
The reduction in meetings and paperwork gives the sales force more time to work leads and develop relationships. They meet once every 2 months, and the employees have a great sense of freedom to make decisions to adapt to the sales environment. Let's take a better look at the Florida team.
This is Cole again. This time I'm sitting down with an employee from the Florida region to get a glimpse of their success. Tell us, how does Jay's role play into your region's performance?
Well, Jay's great, actually. He's been giving us a ton of new freedom to try new things, pushing us to come up with new ideas, come up with great new ways to make good sales. He also feels like he's really part of the team. I've had bosses in the past that kind of felt like dictators, and not that they were leading from the front, and that's always a huge negative factor. On top of that, he's super efficient with his meetings. I never feel like my time is wasted, which just boosts efficiency. And on top of that, when he's around, when he's in leadership, I really feel like I'm trusted with my time, and our whole team feels that way. And when you know that your leader trusts you, it really boosts morale and pushes us to make great sales.
That's great. If only some other regions would follow your lead. Thanks for your time.
Salesmen require a sense of freedom and autonomy to do their job because so much of what they do is responding to what the client needs. This client response and relationship development is what sustains sales in the long term, and demanding their time with micromanagement and meetings inevitably keeps the sales force from stimulating that growth.
This autonomy is what we see in Florida. Salesmen are trusted with freedom and time on their own to develop new leads, which is ultimately the secret to their success. Their freedom allowed them to identify a new market for your baby food, the elderly. This would never have happened if Jay was an over-controlling boss who gave his employees no freedom to do what they do best, sell.
Now that we've identified the key to Florida's success, you need to ensure as a company that you not only use their new market, but also what led to them finding this new market. Jay's team is the only one creating growing profit in this period of declining sales, and the other teams must follow their example.
Let's discuss another big area for change, the sales quotas. Your current goal structure is coming from the top down. Upper-level management shouldn't be making generalized quotas for regions and sales teams that know far more about their area's successes and challenges than senior management.
Without realizing it, you are ruining the morale of the people who bring money in. Let's take a closer look at some footage we caught in the car of 2 employees out in a sales call.
Yo, did you see the numbers we just got down from senior management for the quota we have to hit this week?
That's so ridiculous, dude. Like, they expect us to hit this quota every year. Like, they keep raising it by like 20 items a week, and it's like,
And they don't give us any extra incentive.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, why should I even like work hard at all for this company?
Like, I came here super motivated to work, but honestly, this company.
As we can see from that footage, the current trend is toxic to the salesman.
Our solution will be a big change for you all, and perhaps the biggest in years. But I ask you to hear us out. The sales quotas should originate from the lowest level managers who will set expectations that are challenging but attainable for their teams.
Now, while your first thought may be that lower level managers and salesmen won't come up with acceptable quotas to fulfill your requirements, let us explain to you why it's not a problem.
While the market may require that productivity increases, the situation is only fixed through the efforts of your employees. With benchmarks that are perceived as impossible, the instinct is to give up. When your employees have tailored goals, they also have personal accountability to push themselves to reach those goals.
Your lower level managers will also be able to offer more support to the salesman since they were part of the goal setting process. They can communicate with each other on what kinds of quotas the other regions are making and how they're making them in order to increase the total interregional synergy.
No more will one region be profiting while others are suffering. The various regions will be more motivated than ever about their sales quotas, rather than feeling like they were made by someone who doesn't care and or know the selling market.
This overall increased autonomy and change incentive plan for revenue generating ideas is what Kaiser needs to get itself back on track.
We encourage you to think carefully about these ideas and reach out with any concerns or questions. Thank you.